In 1886, the first car shook the world. By 2050, it might not even need a driver. This is the story of how Mercedes-Benz turned invention into luxury, power, and the future. The humble beginnings, 1886 to 1901. It all began in January 1886 when Carl Benz officially patented the patent motor wagon, widely recognized as the world's first internal combustion automobile. Hand-built in Mannheim, Germany, this pioneering machine was a three-wheeled vehicle with a single-cylinder four-stroke engine mounted at the rear. Though primitive by today's standards, it marked the dawn of the automobile age, combining engineering ingenuity with the bold vision of personal transportation. At first, the invention struggled to gain public acceptance. Carl hesitated, but Bertha didn't. That changed in 1888, when his wife, Bertha Benz, took matters into her own hands. Literally. Without notifying her husband, she embarked on a historic 106-kilometer journey from Mannheim to Pforzheim, with her two sons, using the patent motor wagon to visit her mother. Along the way, she stopped to refuel at a pharmacy, repaired the ignition with her hat pin, and cleaned a fuel line with her hairpin. Her daring road trip proved not only the car's reliability, but also its potential for real-world use, sparking media coverage and public intrigue. Meanwhile, across Germany, engineers Gottlieb Daimler and Wilhelm Maybach were independently developing motorized carriages. Their work culminated in the 1901 Mercedes 35 horsepower, a low-slung, high-performance machine that redefined automotive design and laid the foundation for the modern car. And just like that, the world went from horse-drawn carriages to horsepower that would change history. But this was only the beginning, and what came next would ignite a century of obsession. Foundation of a brand. 1902 to 1926. In 1902, the name Mercedes was officially trademarked worldwide, solidifying its place as the identity of a new era in automotive engineering. Emil Jelinek, the influential businessman and automobile enthusiast who commissioned the groundbreaking Mercedes 35 horsepower, saw the brand's potential early on. Naming the car after his daughter, he helped transform it into a symbol of innovation, elegance, and speed. Under the banner of Daimler Motoren Gesellschaft, DMG, the Mercedes name quickly gained traction in both racing and road car markets, dominating early automotive competitions and earning a reputation for performance and engineering excellence. Throughout the following decades, DMG continued to build cars under the Mercedes name, while Benz and C, Carl Benz's original company, evolved along its own path. Both firms stood at the forefront of automotive technology, but the economic pressures of post-World War I Germany and increasing industrial competition led to a historic decision. In 1926, DMG and Benz and CA merged to form Daimler-Benz. The merger was a fusion of the two pioneers of the internal combustion engine. From that moment forward, their automobiles would be known as Mercedes-Benz, a name that combined heritage, innovation, and the promise of a bold, unified future. The three-pointed star met the laurel wreath and a legend was born. And with that, two rival legacies became one unstoppable force. But Mercedes-Benz wasn't just chasing greatness, it was about to define it. Interwar grandeur. 1928 to 1939. By 1928, Mercedes-Benz took a bold step into the elite luxury car market with the release of the W08 Type Nürburg, its first 8-cylinder production model. Later known as the Nürburg 500, this imposing full-size limousine wasn't just a car, it was a declaration. Built for heads of state, industrial magnates, and the European aristocracy, the Nürburg elevated the Mercedes-Benz badge into a new realm of prestige. Named after the legendary Nürburgring racetrack, it combined performance inspiration with opulent design, capturing both the thrill of innovation and the power of presence. Its long wheelbase, stately proportions, and meticulously appointed cabin set a new benchmark in executive transport. Rich wood veneers, fine leather, and cutting-edge instrumentation turned the interior into a rolling statement of engineering finesse. Under the hood, the 8-cylinder engine offered smoother torque delivery and better highway cruising, giving the Nürburg a refined driving experience miles ahead of many contemporaries. But it wasn't just about comfort. The Nürburg also advanced mechanical sophistication, including innovations like synchromesh gearboxes and advanced braking for its time. These features weren't just technical flourishes, they signaled the beginning of a Mercedes ethos that would last a century, that luxury should never compromise performance. Produced through the turbulent years leading up to World War II, the W08 became an icon of interwar automotive engineering. It represented a vision of what the future of mobility could look like: powerful, elegant, and supremely engineered. And though it would be followed by darker years, the Nürburg had already set the standard. Because from this point on, Mercedes-Benz wasn't just building cars, it was building legacies, and the world was starting to notice. Innovation in safety and precision, 1945 to 1979. After the devastation of World War II, Mercedes-Benz faced a shattered homeland. destroyed factories, and an uncertain future. But instead of fading into the rubble, the company began its post-war comeback with remarkable clarity and ambition. The mission wasn't just to produce cars again, it was to rebuild a reputation and set new standards for the global automotive industry. By the early 1950s, Mercedes was not only operational but also redefining the very meaning of automotive excellence. The company quickly became a global pioneer in safety innovation. In 1959, Mercedes introduced crumple zones, an industry-first design feature that absorbed crash energy to protect passengers. This single innovation would go on to influence every major automaker. Mercedes followed this with ongoing advancements in seatbelt technology, eventually making them a universal standard across all models, long before many governments mandated their use. But Mercedes-Benz didn't stop at reactive safety. It moved toward predictive technology. In 2002, the pre-safe system was introduced, using sensors and data to detect the likelihood of a collision before it happened. It automatically adjusted the seat position, tightened seat belts, and even closed windows to prepare passengers for impact. It was futuristic, intuitive, and emblematic of Mercedes' relentless push toward perfection. Meanwhile, performance and design flourished. The 1954 300 SL Gullwing stunned the world with its vertically opening doors and direct fuel injection, both revolutionary for the time. It wasn't just fast, it was a rolling sculpture that proved Mercedes could blend art and science. Into the 1960s and 70s, sedans like the W108 and W109 carried forward this ethos. They were engineered to outlast the competition, refined for silent comfort, and assembled with obsessive precision. Mercedes-Benz had gone from war-torn to world-class. It wasn't just a comeback, it was a masterclass in reinvention. Compact era and global growth, 1980s to 2000s. During the 1980s, Mercedes-Benz began redefining its global strategy with a sharp focus on accessibility and innovation. One of the brand's most pivotal moves came in 1983 with the introduction of the W201, the first compact executive car in its history. Later known as the C-Class, this baby Benz was engineered with the same precision and safety standards as its larger siblings, but packaged in a smaller, more affordable format. Built in Bremen, the W201 was a breakthrough, opening the doors of Mercedes ownership to a younger, broader market, without compromising the brand's signature luxury and engineering excellence. Its success proved that Mercedes could dominate not only the executive and elite segments, but also the everyday luxury market. As the company entered the 1990s, it doubled down on technological innovation, refining anti-lock braking systems, pioneering traction control, and expanding its global footprint. Then in 1995, Mercedes made a daring move, merging with American auto giant Chrysler. The union created Daimler-Chrysler, one of the largest automotive groups in the world. Though the merger ended in 2007 due to clashing corporate cultures, the experience forced Mercedes to modernize, adapt globally, and think like a 21st century powerhouse. And what came next would redefine luxury again. Technology and electrification, 2000 to 2020. During the 1980s, Mercedes-Benz began expanding its global footprint with a strategic shift toward broader market accessibility. One of the most pivotal moments came in 1983 with the launch of the W201, the first compact executive car in the brand's lineup, later known as the C-Class. Built at the Bremen plant in Germany, the W201 introduced Mercedes-Benz quality and engineering to a new segment of buyers. Compact, efficient, yet still unmistakably luxurious, it proved that Mercedes could succeed beyond full-size sedans and limousines. Dubbed the Baby Benz, the W201 became a massive commercial success, especially among younger professionals in emerging global markets. Throughout the 1980s and into the 1990s, Mercedes continued to innovate in areas like safety, drivetrain refinement, and anti-lock braking systems, further reinforcing its role as an industry leader. Then came one of the boldest moves in company history, the 1995 merger between Daimler-Benz and American automaker Chrysler. Promoted as a merger of equals, the deal created Daimler-Chrysler, one of the largest automotive conglomerates in the world at the time. While the cultural and operational differences ultimately led to the dissolution of the merger in 2007, the experience reshaped Mercedes-Benz's global strategy. It forced the company to think more internationally, adapt to new markets, and lay the groundwork for its 21st century expansion. Today's transformation, 2024 to 2025. In 2025, Mercedes-Benz undertakes one of its most ambitious product rollouts yet. For model year 2025 and into 2026, the company plans to launch 21 new vehicles, ranging from budget-friendly compacts to AMG supercars and plug-in or fully electric SUVs and sedans. The third-generation CLA debuts in March 2025 on the new MMA, modular Mercedes architecture, designed from the outset for combustion, hybrid, and electric versions. The electric CLA offers up to 750 kilometers on 492 miles of range on its 800-volt system with 325 kilometers in 10 minutes charging capability. The sedan and shooting brake share identical body design, whether EV or ICE. AMG introduces its pure-speed production car in the GT-X EV concept, a tri-motor, 1,341 horsepower Hyper GT with 223 miles per hour top speed and ultra-fast charging, 850 kilowatts. Showing where high-performance EVs are headed. Mercedes-Maybach unveils the 2025 EQS680 SUV, the pinnacle of electric luxury with MBU, X-Hyperscreen, sustainable materials, and reverent comfort. The EQE SUV and electric CLA represent practical electric mobility across Mercedes' range. On production strategy, Mercedes will adapt its Vitoria van plant to run both electric van.EA and combustion van.CA using shared architecture for flexibility between electric and ICE from mid-2026 onward. Despite this bold shift, market realities in mid-2025 in the US slowed EV deliveries. The company paused delivery of EQ models to the US, citing declining consumer demand following tax credit reduction legislation. Globally, Mercedes plans to release 17 new EVs and 19 petrol-diesel models by 2027, balancing electrification and traditional powertrains. Financially, 2025 is expected to be challenging. Mercedes-Benz cars and van sales are projected to be below 2024 levels, with xEV share rising modestly to 20 to 22% for cars and 8 to 10% for vans. Initiatives under Next Level Performance aim to streamline operations and improve customer experience in a leaner organization, setting the stage for 2030 to 2050. Under its bold sustainability initiative known as Ambition 2039, Mercedes-Benz has committed to achieving complete carbon neutrality across its entire value chain, including production, supply, and the vehicles themselves by the year 2039. This ambitious goal reflects not just a response to environmental pressure, but a fundamental transformation of how the company envisions the future of mobility. By 2030, Mercedes plans for over 50% of its global sales to consist of battery electric vehicles and plug-in hybrids, significantly reducing tailpipe emissions and shifting consumer habits toward greener alternatives. From 2027 onward, Mercedes will rapidly expand its electric lineup. Expect a full spectrum of EV offerings, sleek, full-size sedans that rival the S-Class in comfort and technology, compact and affordable urban EVs tailored to city life, high-performance AMG electric models that redefine speed and agility, ultra-luxury Maybach EVs with bespoke finishes, and a complete lineup of next-generation electric vans and SUVs. These new vehicles will be designed with electric-first architecture, prioritizing battery efficiency, range and sustainability without sacrificing Mercedes' signature, luxury and refinement. By 2040, Mercedes-Benz will have evolved into a predominantly electric vehicle brand. Its lineup will feature AI-powered self-driving vehicles, advanced subscription-based mobility services, and global carbon-neutral manufacturing practices, cementing its role as a leader in the clean, intelligent transportation revolution. The future vision to 2050 and beyond. Looking ahead to 2050, Mercedes-Benz shows no signs of slowing down. Its historic legacy of engineering firsts is now evolving into a future defined by sustainable performance, cutting-edge design, and intelligent mobility. The company's commitment to innovation is evident in its advanced fuel cell vehicles, which promise long-range zero-emissions travel and fully autonomous luxury limousines that redefine what comfort and convenience mean on the road. Hydrogen-powered commercial vans, already under limited production, may soon become the standard for eco-conscious urban logistics. AMG, the brand's high-performance division, continues to electrify the track, literally. By 2050, its electric hypercars offer blistering acceleration, razor-sharp handling, and Formula One-derived technology, all without burning a drop of fossil fuel. Meanwhile, the Maybach division elevates comfort to an art form, creating fully autonomous lounge-like interiors, complete with biometric climate control, immersive entertainment systems, and materials sourced from sustainable luxury providers. But the revolution isn't just in the cars, it's in how we use them. Mercedes-Benz envisions a world where the vehicle is only part of a broader mobility ecosystem. Over-the-air updates transform each car into a living digital platform, constantly evolving. Recycled materials and solar-integrated roofs are paired with energy-positive production plants, proving that sustainability and luxury can coexist. By 2050, Mercedes-Benz isn't merely selling vehicles, it's offering seamless mobility solutions, autonomous ride-sharing pods, AI-driven traffic systems, and smart urban infrastructure designed in collaboration with global cities. Imagine stepping into a self-driving Mercedes that syncs with your calendar, mood, and preferred routes, learning and adapting to your life. From Carl Benz's 1886 patent motor wagon to carbon-neutral factories and intelligent EVs by mid-century, Mercedes-Benz continues to drive the future forward. Platforms like the MMA, Mercedes Modular Architecture, and initiatives like Ambition 2039 aren't just buzzwords, they're roadmaps for lasting impact. With its DNA rooted in innovation and its vision fixed on global transformation, Mercedes-Benz is poised to redefine mobility again.